talking about if she was into.
Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, if you missed Monday Night Raw today, you missed quite the treat. Monday Night Raw was actually fairly decent. There were some bad things that came out of this show that happened by happenstance. Unfortunately, during one of the matches, somebody got injured. So let's get into that first, okay? Later on in the night, we had a match between Penna and Solo, and as Penna was doing a planned Hurricane Rana off the top of the barricade, he ended up injuring his shoulder. It looks like he may have dislocated it, very similar to how Liv dislocated hers by the way he landed on it. And due to the doctor pulling him from the match, Solo was named the winner due to forfeiture. So that is very unfortunate. Also, in the other half of the tournament, the beginning of the quarterfinals, Carmelo Hayes went up against Gunther. And while Carmelo put up a formidable fight against Gunther, Gunther did beat Carmelo and he advanced to the semifinals. I hate that Gunther advanced. I'm starting to believe that what we heard in the early goings of this turn, before this tournament even came about, was that Gunther was going to be the one to go up against John Cena and retire him, to which I hate that because, one, that doesn't do anything but pad Gunther's resume. And while I'm not a hater of Gunther, I think Gunther is great. I also know that this is a huge opportunity that could catapult anybody. And if you're going to give it to somebody, Carmelo would have been the most viable person in that tournament. But to give it to Gunther, it's just going to be another thing that he gets to brag about. And quite frankly, I don't think he needs anything like this. Carmelo needs this. He deserves it, and he should have gotten it. But of course, you're pissing in the wind at this point. So it is what it is. Do whatever the hell y'all want. I'm just tired at this point. We're going to move on to the rest of the show. How was my day? My day was fine. Thank you for asking. All right. The show started off with none other than the OTC1, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came out there to speak, but he never really got the chance to, because not only did Cody Rhodes come out there, but so did the current World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk come out there. Now, both men came out there for different reasons, but we're on a similar quest to find out what Roman Reigns' motivation was to be on this team in the first place. He really doesn't like anybody with the exception of the Usos, which was exactly his motivation. He made it very clear to Cody that there's nothing in it for him other than to protect his investment in his family. And that is his cousins, none other than Jimmy and Jey Uso. He said, they're my family. And you and I may have a lot of things that we hate about each other, but one thing we do have in common is that we protect our family. So I'm not going to let my cousins come into this match and not have no backup. I am here not only to protect my investment, but specifically for my cousins. Cool beans. So once Cody heard that, he said, okay, well, that's great. Welcome to my team. And of course, somebody's eardrums had to be burning because it's like, I'm sorry, my team? Because then CM Punk came out with his 6-minute entrance. And all of them had entrances that lasted just about as long as the segment that they had. With Roman's entrance being as long as it was, Cody's being as long as it is, and then having CM Punk's entrance being as long as it was about 20 minutes in, and they just had did entrances and a little bit of conversation. So by the time we got to the 30-minute mark, these three were standing in the ring arguing still. We're having a conversation. And that's when we saw Roman basically was like, I don't like neither one of y'all. I'm here for my cousins, and that's it. And I can't stand the Vision, and I hate Paul Heyman. And the problem is I hate them more than I hate you. So right now, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Plain and simple. Cool. Love that for you. But there was a key thing that I want y'all to zero in on and walk with me. Okay. I feel like this is a waste of a tournament when they could have just did a battle royal. They could have just could have had Gunther come out there and confront John Cena and let it be what it was. If that's what y'all was going to do. I hate this shit. I didn't want my opening prediction to be true, but now I'm just irritated. It is what it is. Anywhoosies. Come on. What's the matter? Why you have my clothes?
Because I washed it.
Why?
Yeah.
Thank you. They smell good. What did you put on them? All right. Trash. Anyway. Well, I'm tripping. Anyways. So listen. Roman Reigns made it very clear that he's on the team specifically for his cousins. But there's another key component here that I want you guys to pay very close attention to. So if you watched the show, then you saw that Roman was looking at both championships. He didn't just look at CM Punk's. He didn't just look at Cody's. He looked at both of them. And he made it very clear that the titles would look better on me. Now, CM Punk and Cody was like, who y'all think he talking to? Cody was like, well, which one of us are you trying to take a title from? That was CM Punk who said that, actually. And he was just like, I'll let y'all figure that shit out. Now, listen. I have told y'all many a times, okay? Many a days, weeks, months, years, okay? That Triple H is known to foreshadow. He does it often. It is one of his little signature pieces that sometimes can be quite irritating. But it is something that he does on the regular. If you've noticed, a lot of what we've seen now came to fruition through foreshadowing earlier on in the year, like Maxine facing off against Becky. We saw them months back have an interaction where Becky paid her dust. Now Maxine has her championship. There's a little bit of foreshadowing happening with Logan Paul possibly joining the Vision at one point. But everything has a little ticker tape. There's a purpose here. If that man doesn't win the Royal Rumble this year, I promise you, I will literally get on camera and apologize and tell y'all I won't talk about the foreshadowing no more. I'm still gonna talk about it, but I'll make I'll tell you. I'll just say it, in the comments, be like, this is what I'm saying. Y'all see that? Because that was way too on the nose for me. It was too on the nose. They was out there. All three of them were in the ring together. And I know Roman Reigns is still trying to capitalize off of the magic of WrestleMania 40, I believe. I could be wrong. Was it 40 or 41? Is it 40, AJ? When they was in Philly?
That was 40.
It was 40. He want to capitalize off of that magic. Really, honestly, you ain't going to never be able to recreate that again. What is that, Carmen Family Deaths? I might have to watch that. Anyway. He gonna try to make new magic with Roman and CM Punk and Cody. Okay, it's happening. I don't care what nobody say, it's happening. If that man doesn't win Money in the Bank, he most definitely is gonna win Elimination Chamber, because something something about the way he did that just didn't sit right with me. It just didn't sit right with me. And I hate that for us. I hate it. Hi, Kira. How are you? He said CM Punk ruined his life like he wasn't the main reason for his group falling apart. Well, if we're being honest, let's keep it real. CM Punk did ruin his life. CM Punk is the nail, the final nail in that coffin. Would Paul Heyman probably have stabbed Roman in the back either way? Probably. I don't put no doubt to that. I think that that's 1000% true. But it got sped up a lot faster because of CM Punk and his incessant need to poke the bear. And then he put Paul Heyman in a position where Paul had to choose between him, or he had to choose his current new obsession. And then Paul, basically turned down both of them and went right for Seth Rollins, who didn't stay healthy long enough to maintain this. Because I'm of the school of thought that if Seth was the one who was still, healthy and ready to go, it would be Seth and probably Drew McIntyre. I don't think Logan would be in this match, but given the fact that you need a high flyer like Logan in the match, they probably would put Logan in the match. So it probably would be Seth in the Vision and then Logan Paul. And then it would have been the roster that we have now for the guys. I don't think that they would have changed the other side because all of them have issues with the Vision. Okay. So having Drew in there was just a added piece that didn't have to be added. And I honestly don't believe that he would have been in the match if Seth was 100% cleared and ready to go. So, anyways, there was that. Here's the tournament bracket. Jay Uso has to go up against Rusev, and that's probably going to be on Friday. And then we have LA Knight with a mystery opponent. We don't know who that opponent is going to be. We saw that Pena obviously is out and he is injured. We don't know how long Pena's going to be out, and we don't know the extent of his injury. He's supposed to also wrestle on the 21st of December with his brother Ray Phoenix to go up against El Grande Americano and Dominic Mysterio. But if he's injured and has to be out, he more than likely won't be able to do that match either, which kind of sucks for Pena because things are finally starting to fall into place for him, and now he gets injured. That kind of sucks. So we got the tournament out the way. There were some other matches that happened on the show. JD McDonough went up against Rey Mysterio. He lost that match. Rey Mysterio was also able to get away scot-free from the Judgment Day. Maxine was backstage with her newly title and very happy. And of course, Adam Pearce told her to keep her head on the swivel because it could be very likely that someone come in and steal that championship right from her. Ivy Niles returned to TV today and made it very clear she was gunning for the IC title. And so did Roxanne Perez, which I thought was very interesting because when Becky had it, nobody was challenging her. Nobody was going up to her demanding a title shot. We got none of that. But all of a sudden, that Maxine gets it. Now it's a title that everybody wants to take. I'm like, why weren't you having this same smoke when Becky had it? Y'all some punk ass bitches is the best way to explain that. Anyways, the War Games for the women's match also was set up and defined. We saw Becky and the Kabuki Warriors and Nia and Lash come out there and talk their shit. Now, for the most part, what we saw were these two sets of women having a little discourse back and forth. The prior Friday, we saw Becky Lynch join Asuka's team, and they all attacked the Rhea's team that Friday, and this Monday, well, turnabout was fair play because not only did they attack, they was fighting hard. Okay, the girls was out there scrapping. Okay, and baby, once EO Sky got in that air and took everybody out, Becky Lynch was leaving her team on the wayside, and everybody else was laid out by our homegirl EO. Now, the women's advantage match is more than likely going to be on Friday. So you might have the Kabuki Warriors facing off against Bliss and Charlotte, since they're the last two teams to compete. They may have them compete against each other. And if Charlotte and Bliss get the advantage, y'all know I'm of the school of thought that whoever has the advantage 9 times out of 10 is going to lose in war games. I have been wrong on this. My calculations are not perfect, but I don't believe that whoever wins in war games or whoever goes in with the advantage is going to be able to get the win. I just don't. So I promise y'all, if I'm wrong, I'll come back and be like, you know what? I was wrong, y'all. And I've done it before, so you can't say that I've never done that. Okay? Okay. Now I'm missing something. Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio was a funny individual. I will give him props because he came out there today and was going off about John Cena. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna take back my championship. Blah blah blah. You're the past. I'm the present. Just all kinds of craziness. Okay, and I said, oh, is this what we're doing? Baby Dominic got out there, called out John Cena. John Cena's music hit. Them Oklahoma fans went nuts. And a little person dressed like John Cena came out there. They even had a little person with Stu out there. Baby, when I tell you, I was crying, laughing, tears. And then Dominic kicked the shit out of baby John Cena. Lord have mercy. He told his ass a new one. Okay. I said, damn, you ain't got to kill him. Mess that poor baby up, child. I said, I was distraught. Hilarious. John Wiener is crazy. I will never say that. He was a little person. We just call him Little John Cena. But anyways, the show ended with the Usos and, of course, Drew and Logan Paul competing against them for the advantage. Logan Paul was able to get the roll up on Jey Uso due to the distraction of Bronson Reed and, of course, Brian Breaker in the ring. So that's where that came from. Then everything broke down into a full-on fight. Everybody's fighting, everybody's arguing, all of the people in there are fighting. Brock Lesnar comes out there and slips. Bitch. Brock Lesnar slipped and rolled out of the slip. Bitch, when I tell you that shit was hilarious, I'm gonna post it because I still have to post my commentary on my Instagram. But baby, let me tell you something. I cackled because that shit was hilarious. You cannot tell me that was not funny. Nigga. I will never let him live that shit down. Do you understand me? Never. You can go to hell. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You feel me? That was funny. Brock Lesnar brought his ass down there. They all started fighting. And the show went off with them scrapping. So Saturday is War Games, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can find the right picture. Nope, that's Mania. Nope, that's Royal Rumble. Lord, there it is. Saturday is Survivor Series War Games. And right now, the match card is as follows. Nikki Bella's going to face off against Stephanie Vaquer. And Stephanie Vaquer made it very clear to Nikki Bella. She said, girl, everybody back there told me not to trust you. She said they all said it. They all said don't trust you. You ain't for the crew. And I didn't listen. She said that one was on me. But she said the one thing about it is I know everything there is to know about you, but you don't know anything about me. And she said, do you really want to get in the ring with me? Because if you do, she said, I'm going to make you pay for it. And I said, period. Get that bitch together. Get her together. Her and her horrible acting. Get it together. It was terrible. It was terrible. I was like, girl, who are you fooling? You always sound like you about to cry every time you turn into a face. It's such a weird thing for you. I don't know why, but she does not make a good face at all. There's nothing about it that's worthwhile. She always come across like she about to start crying. Like I'm here and I'm gonna do this. And you can't talk to me. It's like you and Liv with y'all robots are weird. It's like, girl, just talk normal. Okay, it's okay. Like, you can't talk to me like that, girl. I just did. Okay, I just fucking did. What are you gonna do about it, ma'am? Nothing. You're not gonna do about it. You're not gonna do anything. Anyways, War Games is set. Okay, War Games is ready. Right now, we have the men's War Games match already set and ready to go. Every man you see in this card is going to be in this match. Okay. Love that for them. Then you have Dom going up against John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. And San Diego is Dirty Dominic Mysterio's hometown. So either he's going to come out a big ass loser or a big winner with one of the biggest upsets in WWE history, bowling over none other than the greatest of all time, John Cena. Okay. And of course, we already mentioned fucking Trader Lips. The Red Trader. Nikki Bella going up against La Primera. Okay. And then finally, we have the Women's War Games. Becky Lynch, it looks like they done replaced Oscar with Becky's ass. This is Oscar's team. Okay, Oscar was pulling together the teams. And it looked like they done replaced Rhea for fucking AJ Lee. I don't know. But we don't know who's going to win in this match because the advantage has not been set yet. But we shall see. Okay. Apparently, someone posted on X that when Raw went off the air, Team Uncle Phil did a cheers with prime bottles and poured it on fallen Logan Paul. Oh, well. I mean, he bathes in his own shit, so I'm pretty sure he was fine with it. That's some freaky shit, though. Y'all some freaks. Still don't know who's going to replace Sheamus in the tournament yet. That has not been determined. I assume that by Friday, we will know who the replacement will be and what both Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce have come up with to give LA Knight a proper opponent going into the quarterfinals. We'll have to wait and see. That's crazy. That's crazy. Tomorrow is the finale of NXT Gold Rush, and we will see some more matches and more gold being attempted to be won or retained. Now, Evolve's current champion, he is one of the what do they call it? What do they call it? It starts with a V. I don't know. It's something stupid. They look like frat bros, and that's what I call them. I'm sure somebody will tell me what their names are. He is the current Evolve champion, and he's going to be going up against, I know this man's name. I know this man's name. I know this man's name. It's not coming to me. I know his fucking name, and that's what's irritating me. Oh, why isn't that coming to me? Why isn't that coming to me? Why isn't that coming to me? Is it Sean Legacy? Is that his fucking name? Is it Legacy? That's his name. I knew it. I figured it out. I figured it out. That it is Vanity Project. Sure, whatever. It's Sean Legacy. I figured it out. I swear I didn't look at the comments because I was on X and I was getting ready to look it up. And then right when I was sitting at Wrestle Ops page, it bopped in my head that it was Sean Legacy. And I was like, is it Sean Legacy? Is that who it is? Well, yeah, Kayla. It's Thanksgiving. They're gonna pre-tape everything. It's Thanksgiving. All of the superstars have the holidays off. So it's pre-taped. Anyways, the leader of the Vanity Project is going to go up against Sean Legacy for his Evolve Championship. I honestly hope that Sean Legacy gets the title. I like Sean Legacy. I think he's going to do exceptionally well in NXT when he moves over from Evolve. And I also think this kid here will do fine. I just don't like, he's very small, skinny looking. It's not that I need him to look like no fucking monster, but he just doesn't. He looks like a child to me wrestling in the ring, and that's what throws me off. And I'm just like, ew, I feel like I shouldn't be watching this. That's how gross it feels to me. Also, Kaylani with her new attitude, I got a new attitude, is in the ring with two formidable opponents, Lei Ying Lee, and of course, former one of the greatest knockouts champions of all time, Jordan Grace, are all vying to be knockouts champions either for the first time or once again against Kaylani Jordan. Do I think Kaylani is going to retain this title? Probably. Probably because she's going to cheat. It's a triple threat match. She doesn't really have much rules in this match, and she more than likely is going to be the one on the outside of the ring waiting until Jordan probably is getting ready to make Lei Ying Lee tap or got her pin, and she comes in, throws Jordan out, and pins Lei Ying Ying. Okay? That's how that's going to go. I can't really make it no better than that. I low-key wish that I went to Raw or NXT when they were in my hometown. Okay. Kendall Gray is facing off against Laney Reed. Now, it seems that y'all still want Fatal Influence to be around. I don't understand why, but go off. Apparently, it looks like more than likely, so Zarya probably is not going to get that title back for Zaruka. She's probably going to end up losing that to Fallon. And then all three members of Fatal Influence are going to be walking around with titles. Because Laney probably going to get this title from Kendall. No shade to Kendall, but I don't really care about Kendall Gray. A lot of people like Kendall Gray. Do I care about her in terms of her wrestling? She's a great wrestler. No issues with her wrestling. Personality wise, in terms of her actually competing and being great, I don't see any difference between her and any of the other girls that have come through Evolve, with the exception of Callie and old girl that's over there right now that's going up against Callie Armstrong. Do I think Kendall's going to drop the title to Laney? I'm not so sure about that. I feel like they want to have that match with Kendall and whoever comes out the victor between Callie and old girl, because I can't think of her name. And I'm sure some people who watch Evolve will tell me her name, but I just don't know her name. I think she's Tongan or Samoan, and she is awesome. She's part of LFG. I think she won season 2 for the girls for LFG, but if she beats Callie, which I believe that she will, they're probably going to want her to face off against Kendall instead of a new champion. So Kendall will probably retain her title, and Laney's not going to get this particular championship. Yes, PJ. There it is. So we'll see. And then finally, we have, like I said, Zarya is facing off against Fallon. This is a good picture of Fallon with the black and white. That is really, really good. She looks awesome right here. She almost looked like she mixed. We see you, Fallon. Trying to get your black girl magic out. We see you, girl. But she goes by P Nasty on Twitter. Okay. So finally, John Cena is picking all of the contenders for the Iron Survivor matches, both the men and the women. He is picking them by his lonesome. So we will find out who those Iron Survivor challengers will be on Tuesday on NXT. So y'all got to watch it because Iron Survivor Challenge is going to be fun. I hope it's going to be fun this year. Her Twitter stay getting her flamed. Why? What'd she do? What did she do? So we will wait and see how everything plays out for NXT Gold Rush. I'm more excited for John Cena's picks than I am for the gold that's being defended. And that's only because half of the stuff for Evolve I do not watch. So it doesn't really, strike my fancy in terms of those titles. I don't really care. I hate to say that, but I just don't. So there's that. Now on Wednesday, I will cover Full Gear and let y'all know who won at AEW's Full Gear. And we'll go over the match card for Survivor Series once again. And we'll give our predictions if the girls and I don't record before Survivor Series. I'll just have them come on the show and we'll give our predictions there and post that over on the podcast. Okay. Now, I am going to get my ass out of here because I have to get up because I have to cook. Okay. Thanksgiving is this Thursday and we got a lot of work to do. Okay. You took out all the stuff, babe? The pie crust?
They're in the freezer. In the freezer.
You put them in the freezer? In the main freezer?
In the basement. I make sure because there's no room for me to put them in the freezer up here.
What's in the freezer?
Shit that we probably have to go through and get rid of at some point.
I need the pies. They got to come upstairs. So if you put them in the refrigerator, they should stay cold. They just won't be frozen.
Okay, that's fine.
Is room in the fridge at least?
Not with the cheese in there now. I'll figure out something.
There's 2 refrigerators. So Daddy Bridge don't have no room either. Anyways. I get to finally relax after working pretty much all week back to back. She be overusing AAVE, allegedly has used the N-word in the past. I'll tell you what happens a lot of times with a lot of Samoan people because they grow up in a lot of predominantly Black neighborhoods. They get to have a pass to use the word, and because she uses it around her homeboys and her homegirls where she live at and where she grew up, she think that she could do that with everybody. And that's something that you have to that's something that goes by case basis. And I don't know why the people that she grew up with didn't tell her that, but a lot of that shit could get your ass whooped. I'm gonna tell you this, I don't give out cards and passes to nobody just to keep myself from having to worry about somebody going out in public and doing that with other people. The simplest explanation is there are certain words that you just cannot use per community. And that's just the bottom line. It's just like for Latinos, you can't call people the W word. You shouldn't. For Asian people, there are multiple words that you can't call them. C word, anything other beyond what they are, which is Asian. A lot of Southeast Asians get called names because of the way they smell or the kind of food that they eat. There's all types of words that you're not supposed to say. And when it comes to the gay community, you're not supposed to use the F word to describe them. So every community has a word that you're just not supposed to use. Now, the Caucasian community got one, but nobody abides by that because they don't abide by their own credo. So they get called crackers a lot. Colonizers and crackers is what they call them. But I'm just saying, like that's part of the reason why that happens. Because I stay ruining a wet dream. I don't know what dream you gonna ruin at this point. You have no control over me, baby. Not nan control. Not nan. But you can try. You could go ahead and try though. Let me see what you're gonna say. Let me see, Rico. Give me some cranberry on cranberry juice. Uh-oh. My power. Hold on, y'all. Come on, damn it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so we're back. I didn't lose my power. All right. Let me see what Rico's talking about. Speaking of white people at work, when I put together orders, our chili gets 3 crackers. And I always say crackers for my crackers. That's crazy. No, that's in reference to when someone starts popping and I come with the tea that ruins them. You always say, honestly, when it comes to stuff like that, not really. It be people that I already know. Somebody like her, I don't know nothing about PJ, so I can't really be ruined by her. But it be the people that already be out. Like it was Carrie Underwood, because I listened to Carrie Underwood's music a lot, especially in college. I was like listening to Carrie Underwood's album Some Hearts over and over and over again. And Rico ruined it because she's a MAGA supporter. And he told me. And there was a bunch of other people I like. And he was just like, God, I'm like, please find something else to do with your time other than looking into people's history. Not your favorite styrofoam witch. That's crazy. Yeah, but you made it seem like you had something to say. Like when that football player did that Calvin Klein ad and y'all was talking about it, and I said, y'all know he racist. Because you be knowing stuff and then you wait. You wait until something happens where everybody sees it and everybody is interacting with it. And then you come in and say, oh my God, y'all know he racist. Or you know that he's a MAGA supporter, right? And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, we don't know that. Obviously. Jesus. When he told us about Carrie Underwood, I was like, Jesus. Like every time the information finds me, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. I'm 1000% sure that you search for it. Every single time. All right. I'll be back Wednesday to talk about AAA. And I'll be back Wednesday to talk about AEW. And then we'll talk about Survivor Series. It's going to be a good time. And we'll talk about NXT, of course. My algorithms just know what piques my interest, so I fall down the rabbit holes. No. Your algorithm know you messy. You say piques your interest, you're messy. You like messy tea, so you're finding it. It needs to stop finding it. He's gonna seek it out. I don't care what he talks about. I don't care. Ooh, I'm gonna watch Ali's on. I mean, I heard it was really good. I heard it was good, but I haven't been able to get all the results for the show yet. So hold on. I haven't been able to get all the results yet. So I was waiting for it to pop up last night. Well, Saturday it didn't pop up at all. So I was waiting for it. But I do know one thing. Javon Evans beat Axiom and Octagon Jr. to become the number one contender for the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship. And Nephew had 3 matches in 1 week. So I was very proud of him being able to perform at such a high caliber like that. Chef's kiss for him. So damn. So we'll see what else happened on the show. I'll explain everything. I got the results. We're going to talk about it like we always do. In a full 24-hour cycle, across Twitter, IG, TikTok, I'm going to find a trend and its downfall. But Before He Cheats is still one of my go-to karaoke songs. Give me like 3/4 whiskey cokes and I'll be out. I'll be crooning. That's crazy. Hello. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I'm going to get out of here. I do have to go to bed so I can get up tomorrow and have the energy to go downstairs and get these pies made, start my cake tomorrow. That's the stuff I need to start. I can ice the cake at my grandma's house. I don't even have to do all of that. Just get the frosting made, put it in a bag, put it in the fridge, and I can crumb coat the cake the next day, get that in the fridge, let it harden up, and I should be straight. For what? What's she doing?
She need to make a crumble for her apple pie.
Why is she calling me?
What's she calling me? I can't remember what she means.
Butter, flour, sugar.
That's what I thought.
Butter, flour, brown sugar, and you're gonna mix it all together. If you want it to be a little bit poofy, you're gonna need a little salt. If you want to add a little height to your crumble, you add a little baking powder, just a little bit. You mix it all up. You put the butter in there, and then you fork it in there like you do pie crust. And then you take it and spread it out over your apple pie filling. It'll bake up, and you'll have your crumble on there.
Heard that?
Girl, not I talk fast. Not I talk fast, Jesus. You making the crumble right now?
Girl, she in there making apple pies at 10 o'clock at night.
Lord. Okay, I'm gonna go so I can help her. And I will see y'all on Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.